There we go. We are live. Thank you, Mary Harrow and Margaret Perry, for the super chats. It is the first birthday of chaos, mayhem, and pandemonium.
The little demons running around, furry demons.
Who's coming up for birthday treats? They're being all shy now.
Mm-mm-mm.
They're racing around, chasing each other. Come here. So, Sacred Sounds of Coffee tomorrow morning will be canceled. Jody's under the weather, and I'm trying to get my tax stuff together.
Who's that
So-
one? Is that
That is little Johnny Fortescue, who is no longer little.
little pandemonium?
Here's a little chaos.
She's so cute.
Mayhem's behind me, clawing on my chair. Hey, come up here. Here, Lucy.
Everybody says happy birthday, little kitty cats. I can't believe they're a year old already. I remember when you got them and they were just so itty bitty, and now they're just like.
Yeah, because I got them in July and they were 3 months old. This is the first time I've ever had cats where I knew their actual birth dates. I think I've only had one other cat where I actually knew the date of birth to the day. Yeah, they're teenagers now.
Oh no, adolescents. I mean, I guess that's good that they skipped right over the whole tweenie bopper stage. You know, right before they're teens, they just go into tweenie bops. Mm-mm.
They're getting more destructive.
Oh no!
I was telling Becca earlier, little Roro, it finally registered what fresh catnip is she got aggressive with me.
So is catnip like, what does it do to them? Does it get them high, or
it gets them high, and like when they first eat it, they get like aggressive and very playful, and then they like get very chill, like if you smoke pot.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
But they get riled up, kind of wild at first.
Because I've seen when we had Moose and I would go get his food at the pet store, I would see that they had by the register, they would have like fresh catnip, and I'm like, why would you buy grass? Like I didn't know what it was. Well, or what was the point,
There's kitty greens, which looks more like grass, and then there's catnip, which looks more like mint. That's where I bought mine at PetSmart and then planted it in the ground. It comes back every year and it spreads like mint. So I have a plethora of it in the backyard now.
Okay, I see it in the chat. They get stoned on it, but riled up at first. You're gonna have some drugged out kitties in the house, Jen.
Yeah,
you're gonna have addicts in the house.
Skewy was the first one that got interested in the fresh catnip. I mean, when I first got him and I gave it to him, they didn't care for it at 3 months old. But it's like, teenagers, they get into pot.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mara.
We're gonna have to have an intervention. Mm-hmm.
They like it. They also like the little cookies that have icing on them, which is what we got for birthdays instead of cupcakes.
Aww.
Here, have some icing right there. Can't give them too much sweets, but yeah, it's vanilla icing. It's chocolate, so they can eat it.
That's cute. I'm hoping to stay awake. I'm gonna try.
Well, if you missed it, Becca had thrown a grand tableau on Trump in March 13th, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
You went over it the first time, and Friday night she went back over it and got more details. It was fabulous. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. Any announcements, guys?
No, not a one. Not a one. Oh, if you want to sign up for the class, June 2nd, tarot class. Just email me and I will reserve you a spot. That's all you have to do. Just say, reserve me a spot, and I'll write it down.
So the game yesterday was freaking awesome, even though getting to LA was a nightmare.
Baseball season started.
Yeah, we went to our first game yesterday. We watched the game Friday night, the first opening season game, but the one last night was great. Like, Trace Turner hit a grand slam in the first inning. So all of Dodger Stadium went crazy. I thought the whole thing was going to come down. It was nuts. Like, everybody went nuts. And then he got another home run in the 5th inning. No, somebody else did. And then there was another 2-run home run in the 7th inning. I mean, the guy was just on fire. Just home. Anytime he was up at bat, it was just home run, home run, home run. I was like, dang, so that was fun. It was a fun game. We went with our cousins. So they met us up there. So it was cool. And then I guess this week I got some stuff at work. So hopefully my brain's not too fried. I'll try to see if I can get online to do any more GTs because of that chain that I found. Well, I found it the first time I did it on the 13th, but then looking at it again the other day, Friday, I looked at it differently about the gifting pardons. So, and Lucky Girl had sent me an email with the people the House members that had requested pardons. And I guess there was like a list of 9, which was interesting because the chain is 9, 13, 36 or 36, 9 and 13. So, and Bouquet was really close to the House, 9 and 4. So I was like, I'm wondering if this is about in reference to the members of the House that were requesting pardons.
Thank you, Hope and Jillin. Well, there was a breaking news tonight. I sent you a video right before we went live. I don't know if you had time to watch it, but there's a lady named Molly something or other. I've forgotten her last name. She worked for Trump in the White House, and she worked for him until last summer at Mar-a-Lago when all the document crap was going on. And she testified to Jack Smith, and he has evidence now, and as well as other people, that work for him at Mar-a-Lago. He has evidence that Trump told people to lie about the documents.
Of course.
That his advisors had told him you're breaking the law, so his intention was there to break the law.
Mm-hmm.
That he would invite donors into his office and show them the documents.
Oh, dear God.
Which is against the Espionage Act on defense documents.
That's mishandling of classified documents on a level that I did that, I would be in jail.
He scanned a bunch of them and put them on a computer too. So
yeah,
he's
toast. And I remember when the first time I did that tableau, when I was looking at the corners, I was like, the big one's the stolen documents. That's the big one. Like the classified stuff that was important that he stole.
He could face 20 to 40 years, depending on how many counts, if not more, over the document.
And they have locked up active duty military for less than that, for taking home a computer. For taking home there was a Navy guy. He was an officer. I forget if he was like a lieutenant or something like that. He took home a laptop with classified documents and then brought it back to work, whatever. They threw his ass in the brig. So it's like, and this guy purposefully stole it, hid it, obstructed it, told people to lie, showed it to people, moved it again, like.
He told them to move them from the basement also before the FBI came in again. Thank you, Karen.
So he knew that the FBI was coming. They're like, oh yeah, move this other stuff.
So his intention is big time. He's caught in it. Thank you, Patty.
No, he's still gonna sit there. Those are mine.
Well,
like, no, no, dude.
Let's start here because everybody wants to know, since he's supposed to be arraigned on Tuesday. They've already said Taco Penis said that Taco Pina said that they would not handcuff him. But will he surrender peacefully? Or is there going to be a show?
I'll set this one out. Just because
not a lot if you start setting all these questions up. Will he surrender peacefully? Or be dragged out kicking and screaming? You have to use force. For those new subscribers that were asking earlier, what's the Petty Boots Club? We're the Petty Boots Club because we get petty with our questions. Johnny named us. It's his
Blame
fault.
me.
It's his fault.
Well, this is peaceful and calm. You got the Temperance and the Four Swords. So that would be peaceful and calm. However, there is a message, Page of Wands, that goes out for burdens and troublesome behavior. So he can be peaceful while trying to rile up everybody else. And so now you can't say, I did anything, look at them type of deal. But he will send out a message for people to be like he wants them to be. But I think he will be peaceful.
This is funny because Ace of Swords is force to me. It's some kind of force. So I think there's going to be such a strong police presence. I mean, New York deals with crazy stuff all the time. There'll be such a strong police force presence, and he's trapped. He's stuck. He can't get away from it. He will be very emotional, so he might say something to get attention. But King of Cups to me is kind of peaceful. There's going to be some confusion about something. And I get a woman saying something. So maybe that's MTG. We may have to look at her next because she's talking about going up there. But
bring your whistles, New York. New York, bring your whistles.
Bring your whistles. Blast her out. It's like everybody's going to be seeking the judgment, watching. So I think he'll probably be peaceful. Let's see. Will MTG go to New York, and if so, how will that go for her? Because Manhattan, including the boroughs, is about 24 million people. Manhattan itself is 8 million. But if you include Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, you're talking about 22 to 24 million people. Only 10% of them are probably Republican. There's a very small percentage. MTG. Wouldn't it be funny if MTG got arrested for disturbing the peace or something?
Well, I mean, so I think she will go, but if I were her advisor, I would not recommend it. So here is GOP, my GOP card, 10 of Pentacles. There's some rich woman going there too. There's something around a whole bunch of money. And so I don't know if she's taking a bunch of people with her or if she's paying a bunch of people to go, if she is maybe hiring a cast and crew type thing, but there's a lot of money being spent and it's for a GOP cause. And so there's that. But this woman here, blonde lady, does have some sort of tower moment. So there's an incident of some sort. And it is because this whole thing started out bad to begin with the devil and the 7 of cups. And so there's no way this can go right. There's no way this can go the way it's supposed to. Again, this comes back to some sort of agreements and documents about money. So I don't know if she has an agreement or plane tickets for people or bus tickets for people or something like that, but there's some sort of purchase that was done for devious means for this situation. Word of warning is the Knight of Wands. This gets out of hand very fast. And she is at the center of attention. And this is not where you want to be. Why? Because if you just look at Donald Trump, he is your example of to why you don't want to be at the center of attention, especially when that's all you're asking for. Humble thyself in private, or God will do it in public. It's not just advice. So there you go.
What'd you get, Becca?
There's travel with an entourage there to please somebody. How will it go? Man, garden mice. A man that is popular, and then the group is very crazy. But the windfall is very, very small. And it's not what they're desiring, if that makes sense. So if you're looking for a remake of January 6th, that's not happening.
That's not happening. I get justice on the bottom again. It's like she is definitely going to try to stir things up and be emotional as an emissary to the king and try to cause all kinds of problems, because that's what she does on a daily basis. But she's going to get transcended out of there. She's not going to get what she wants out of this. And there's definitely like GOP money involved in this. So she may use this as a fundraising plea or something. But she's out in the cold. She may have to give up and walk away. So somebody may be whistling on her.
If she only worked this hard for the district she actually represents, I mean, just an idea. Just an
idea. Do something for your own
Let
state.
me go to New York. Well, my constituents in Georgia probably haven't seen me unless I'm out there coming up with conspiracies and stuff, you know?
And
So,
can I say too, because the readers online, they are, and we all have been at times, sort of beat up Democrats because they aren't tough enough on this and tough enough on that. They have been going in Republicans' faces, especially over this Tennessee thing. And calling them cowards, calling them. So let's give them their credit while we can here. Since we do beat them up from time to time, give them their handshake. And not to mention that we are in a space where they are proving, whether it's a small case or not, I don't really care, that nobody is above the law. So somebody is doing something somewhere. Somebody's at work. We have to give them credit.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're indicted, you have to go before the judge and make your plea, and you have to get fingerprinted and all that. Will they put Trump in a holding cell? Might be the closest thing he gets to jail. Will he have to spend any time in a holding cell? You hear rattling around. Roro has found some paper to play with.
I don't think so. There's the Knight of Cups, so he may get some sort of leeway, some sort of offer from somebody someone's being nice to him. So I don't think that they'll put him in a cell or holding cell tower in the Star. So there may be some sort of release here for his benefit, for his future, that type of thing. He is weighed down, though, by something brand new. So I don't know if between here and arraignment, if something worse happens or something else happens, but besides the point on that, to answer the question, I don't think so.
What you getting, Becca?
The ship, the fish, and the snake. No, they'll probably try to flush him down the toilet.
15 times?
10 times.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna make this as small as they can, but I do get there is something erratic going on around him. So I do think somebody that he's partnered with, whether that's his MAGA people or what, may get tempered by being put in a holding cell or jail. Yeah, there's going to be an arrest or something, but it's not Trump. He may be very emotional.
It's gonna. I get the impression, and I could be wrong. I've misinterpreted plenty of grand tableaus, but from the one that I saw, it gets the impression that it's kind of boring. The whole thing is no fiasco, kind of boring by the law. If anything happens, it's because of his loud mouth trying to stir up other problems, or other loudmouths like MTG and the clowns, the grandstanding clowns in Congress. That's it, and he would be wise to listen to counsel, because you have been officially criminally indicted.
You are now defendant Trump.
This is not the time to be verbally abusing a judge and everybody else, because you asking for it now. So.
And this is the judge that handled the Trump org case. So, this judge, he's been around with this guy.
There's a part
speaking of emotional, Lindsey Graham is practically in tears on Fox News and saying, go to Trump.com, and donate money. And he looks like he's just going to burst out in tears.
Did you see his tweet the other day? Where he was saying that Trump should go and bash windows and hurt cops, and I'm like, so you're talking about like the rioters at January 6th? He went on this crazy thing on Twitter about how Trump should just go beat up cops and smash windows, and then he'll be released. It's like, what is wrong with him? Like,
exactly. What is wrong with him is what I want to know. Is he scared because he knows the indictments are coming from Fani and he's caught up in that and other stuff? Why is he so emotional? And after the police were attacked on January 6th, you would think the last thing you would say is punch a cop in the face. I mean, how does but don't demonetize the police.
No, Jim Jordan's calling for defunding the FBI and the police now, and DOJ. It's like,
Blue Lives Matter.
So what's the question? Why is Lindsey Graham acting up like this?
So emotional about this? Why is he? Does Trump have dirt on him, or what? Why is he like so supportive but emotional?
It's that whiskey. That's what.
Well, he does look very red-faced every time I see him on this.
That's whiskey. I have it on good authority that he goes to the gym and then he goes to the off license, as they call it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You want a little sip, get you a little sip, but stay off of TV afterwards. I think it's paranoia because of the past. There is the Nine of Swords, which is paranoia and anxiety for the future, usually. But then I have the Five of Cups, something he regrets, something that was happening in the past, something that he did. Why do I say he did? Because then I have the Seven of Swords. There's some sort of scheme, and it was supposed to be, it's painted over. So it's kind of like he's saying that he didn't really do this. He was doing that type of thing. And so, yeah. And then something around his work in the in the House of Representatives or Senate. The Congress is what this card for me is. So some sort of work within that, not just where he is, but it's like network. So if he's a senator, he's talking to people in the House. If he's in the House, he's talking to people in the Senate. And so he's doing some sort of interplay there to get people to come on to his scheme. And so he's afraid of some woman here. That's why he is afraid.
What you getting, Becca?
Couldn't get better cards. The birds, the clouds, the tower, mountain, and cross. He's worried because Trump can blow the whistle on him and turn witness against Lindsey. Here's a phone call. Big, huge trouble. That's a phone call that's official. With regards to obstruction, that is guilty. So, I mean,
I get he's definitely manipulated anxiety in the past, something he's done in the past, to Johnny's point, that was sneaky thievery, and he's afraid the Justice Department's going to indict him. He has partnered with Trump as his boss and done his bidding and wooed him, and he's still talking to Trump. I think Trump told him try to sway people, to show up and get them all emotional and rile them up.
And what's stupid is this guy's a lawyer. He knows what he did was wrong, and you did it anyways for an orange clown. I have no sympathy. None.
Who cares nothing for you? That's my thing. It's like, why do y'all care so much for him? He cares nothing about you.
Yep.
It's perverse almost.
Supposedly Trump raised $4 million since his indictment. Did he?
That number seems kind of low. Even though 4 million is nothing to laugh at. That's a lot of money. Yeah. But for him, that's kind of low.
Where are you staying out of trouble, birthday girl?
I believe so. First card to get is the Ace of Pentacles. There's your cash money. Somebody's offering as well. There's a woman here too who may be leading the charge, or at least leading the donation. There's something here too about an affair, because you have the Devil, the Knight of Cups, and the Lover's card. So this thing is either going to take a very odd turn to where maybe they celebrate him for this, or he gets to use that as fodder for more money. So he's going to raise even more from this. So this in particular issue, mind you, the case they're bringing against him is fraud. The thing that's going to be highlighted is the affair. And so that's going to be something that he can use to make more money, because people are afraid for him.
I get a yes. He raised 4 million. There's something that was done where they were perhaps blowing up people's inboxes, though, with electronic messages, emails, or something like that. That just kept happening over and over and over and over and over again. So, like spamming your inbox. I just got indicted. Can you give me $5? 2 hours later, I just got indicted. I need more money. Give me $20. Because it keeps increasing. And here's vast.
That's what's happening on his Truth Social, though, is he keeps putting up posts saying, witch hunt this, witch hunt that, donate. Witch hunt this, witch hunt that, donate. So it's...
I get a yes too. It's like steady money he's successful with, slowly coming in. But what's funny is there's a hidden agenda to this. And something big getting ready to change. I think he's going to get investigated for this because isn't the RNC still paying his legal bills? Why do you need to raise money if the RNC is paying your legal bills?
And he's probably going to do something stupid with the money he's raising and misappropriate it somehow.
Well, exactly. So he's going to get investigated for something corrupt in his campaign. And it's his. Something corrupt and treacherous in his campaign fund.
If his lawyers want to keep this idiot from committing more crimes, take away his ATM card and his checkbook. There you go. Because now, you know what I mean?
His telephone.
And his phone, you know, like.
He's a 14-year-old all over again. Give me all your stuff and go sit in your closet.
It was funny, Johnny, because you mentioned this, Trump could turn on them and take them down. I wanted to ask, will Trump turn on people and start taking them down with him? Birthday girl.
He made history. First president to be criminally indicted, right?
Twice impeached, criminally indicted. First president.
it was
know
all
to
over
sleep with a porn star.
People in the comments of some video I was watching, because they all came back and voted to indict him, and it says he finally won the popular vote.
As Stormy herself put it, for 90 seconds. He's indicted over 90 seconds.
That's probably her being modest. Okay?
Yeah.
That's probably her being modest and nice.
She lost track of time.
Oh my God. Did you see Stormy Daniels come back at Marjorie Taylor Greene? It was so petty, Jen, because Marjorie Taylor Greene said something about her. And she's like, "Oh, Marge, that's so sweet." Or I'm paraphrasing. She's like, "He does have a fetish for horses. He's never gonna F you." Nah, girl, keep going. Get it. You know? I'm like, that's rich, an adulteress that likes to stand on soapbox and talk about what a great Christian she is. An adulteress punching down on a adult film star. That's just stupid.
Will he flip? Short answer, son, yes. Long answer, there's some woman here he is protecting, though. He is holding information for some woman here. This person may have been an affair as well, with the lover's card in the environment. If not an affair, they worked very closely together, or she was side by side with him like a Hope Hicks type thing. Not saying it's her, but like a Hope Hicks type thing, to where she followed behind him all the time. So this is a person who's very close. He is protecting her for something, because I guess she can spill other information. There's a person in jail as well that he is going to say something, maybe inadvertently. He may tweet this out or however he posts on Truth Social. So he may have some sort of message about somebody that is in jail, or maybe was in jail, because the judgment does speak of the past as well too. So maybe this is a Michael Cohen type thing. But he has information on that person, so maybe it's not Michael Cohen. So there's something here on someone who was locked up. Another person here, this was in his administration, for this is his work and his job. And so the Page of Wands, there's some stuff coming about that too. This is also another person who is in court. This might be Weisselberg, because this person is locked up right now. And so there's information with somebody in the legal system, or who is legally bound, and he may have information on that person too. And then there's another person within the government right now, because I have the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles. That person also has the Eight of Swords, which means they may be on a committee that has something to do with laws or ways and means or something like that. So they are within a committee or a committed group here too. And so, yes, short answer again.
Where are you getting, Becca?
I asked, will Trump turn state witness against other sitting members of Congress? Lower chamber, upper chamber. He's going to sing like a bird. This is meetings, negotiations, gifts, for innocence. So we're talking about the people that ask favors for pardons, quite possibly. So that's a yes.
That's a big yes.
Meetings or negotiating, gifts of innocence. So the people that ask for pardons, pick one because there was a whole bunch of them.
There's like 8 or 10 of them that ask for pardons. Mm-hmm. I get he should temper himself, but he's not going to, because I get his strategy is to bully people that have covered up for him in the past. He will take an action against them and let all the secrets out. And it's Trump being smug, and it's what he does. He thinks he's going to manipulate like something different for himself by gabbing, and he's going to see in a different light those that were in service to him. So yeah, he's going to talk all the communication cards.
And it'll probably be out of spite too, because you did nothing to keep me out of jail. That you didn't, even though they can't do anything. They can't overtake the DOJ or overreach like the clown over there, Jim Jordan's been trying to do to Alvin Bragg, and he keeps getting slapped around, So
a girl's got to know, how's Hillary Clinton feeling right now? Because we've weaponized the Department of Justice for entertainment purposes only. YouTube, we've weaponized the Department of Justice against Republicans now. Hello, you had her testifying how many times?
For how many hours over Benghazi, and then
the emails.
And then they let it slip. Oh yeah, we were just doing this to damage her when she runs for president.
Mm-hmm. You had nothing on her. The one case that Trump took her to court over got thrown out before it even went, and he lost. How's Hillary feeling since his indictment? The memes were hysterical on the Twitter.
The Page of Wands, the Two of Wands. She's doing a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of networking. Well, there's also a lot of messages coming into her for possible interviews as well. Because you have the Eight of Wands and the Page of Wands. This is like your reporting, and then this is your conversation. And then the Two of Wands is actions and potentials. And so she may be having a lot of requests for, hey, come talk, hey, come this, hey, come comment at the very least type of thing. There may be some woman here that she goes and talks to. This is a friendly face with the Lover's card, so it could be a Rachel or somebody like that. And then there's one man here that she may also talk to. But she feels very victorious and vindicated for whatever reason. And there's also this is not technically what the strength card means, so don't write this down nowhere. But with the woman and the lion, there is also this feeling of I conquered or I won. The loudmouth has been silenced, if you will, even though he's not silenced, but you get what I'm saying. So she's got some kind of energy going on.
He's eating some popcorn. What are you getting, Becca?
Woman, son, child. She's feeling very, very good right now. Very vindicated, like Johnny said. Very successful. Very triumphant. With the child here, it's more like that childlike quality of, yeah.
The legitimate 45th president of the United States.
Yeah. She's probably sitting there with a glass of champagne watching this, is going, So, yeah.
As we all were.
I have justice on the bottom. Yeah, she thinks it's very just. It's like with his lopsided, unbalanced lifestyle, she knew these indictments were coming, and she thinks they're going to grow. So she's just waiting. She's enjoying it. She's waiting. She's calling the friends over. Hey, look at this. Let's watch this together. time's up. She's feeling quite grounded, quite joyful. She'll be watching when they move Trump in for his arraignment. She thinks, I don't know if it's the votes or if there's something else about money is going to be a big problem for Trump. And she'll be watching that too when the details come out.
Anything Trump touches is a criminal crime scene, dude. Like anything.
Well,
even the bathrooms, because he was flushing classified documents down the toilet. Not joking.
So, Alan,
I mean, you got to be special to turn a bathroom into a crime scene, man.
Without a gun or a knife,
I mean,
just a plunger.
He's creative. He's very creative.
not just the bathroom, but the toilet individually. It's like, just come on, somebody. Anything.
When he was complaining about the toilets, he had to flush like 10 or 15 times, and then years later, it was reported that because he was flushing classified documents.
Mark Meadows burning documents in his fireplace. It's like,
oh my God.
How did y'all ever think you'd get away with this?
Oh my God.
So Alan Weisselberg is no longer using the lawyers that Trump was paying for him that got him through his first trial. And he's got like another month to go on his 5-month sentence in Rikers. So everyone is suspecting he has flipped. Thank you, Beatrice.
So I listened to a conversation with whoever was talking to her, but it was, the guy, Velshi, whatever his name is from the MSNBC. He was talking to one of the prosecutors. I think they used to work in Alvin Bragg's office. She said more than likely what has happened, not necessarily true, but more than likely what has happened. He's been in Rikers. He's got the little small sentence, 5 months. And basically what they do is they put you in there, see how you like it. They have more charges that they want to bring against him. And so they can come to him now and say, you can either stay in here with these extra charges or you can cooperate. So if you really like Rikers Island, then you can stay and not cooperate, or we can give you a deal and you can come talk. And since he's in jail, he's not going to be paraded in and out of the courtroom. So Donald Trump is not going to know, neither are we, that he is actually testifying.
Yeah, that he's coming in the back door, they said. It's like, because every 76-year-old likes to go to Rikers for a while.
So you can stay if you want.
They're saying there are other charges like insurance fraud and a lot of things with Trump org that they can get him on. So
this is a 76-year-old that has been living high on the hog for decades as a millionaire with fancy everything. And then you're going to take all that away and throw him in a little tiny box in one of the worst prisons ever. And that was the idea. It's like, we're going to stick you over here in timeout and let you cool off a little bit. Let you think about this a little bit.
It's like every time you got to pee or poop, there's people watching you, the guards watching you, and cameras on you.
And you're not getting 1,200, what is it, count Egyptian cotton. You're getting the scratchy ones from Goodwill, okay?
And your food is probably so good in Rikers.
Best part of prison is the cool side of the pillow. That's about it.
I'm going to sit this one out because he was in the GT, so I'm just going to.
Well, I want to know, has he flipped?
Or do you want to stay? Because you can.
Maybe he found a boyfriend and they've just, gotten real close. He's like, I can't leave.
Well, his former daughter-in-law, his son and daughter-in-law got divorced. Jennifer Weisselberg has been testifying.
Oh yeah, didn't she give the cops or the investigators a bunch of boxes worth of?
Yeah,
long time ago.
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
All his gifts and everything that he's took from Trump. It's like she's been quite cooperative because she's trying to get custody of her children from her ex.
Okay. You know what? Never mind. I'm petty. I don't have to apologize for what I was thinking. Not that I was anyway. Get away from me. But this is a very delicious plan. I just love it. You put him in prison for short period of time. Everybody else was like, oh, they should have gave him more time. They are. It's like, unless you want to come and have a conversation with us, then we can work something out. But here's a little dip in the teacup for this is how it's going to be for the next 11 years instead of 5 months. Should you not cooperate? It's so devious, and I like it. It's like one of those hyena lick your lips because you ate the small cat type thing. It's like it should be bad, but
it's delicious.
It is. You ate Simba and everything, and I'm here for it. But there is the Empress is something new, trying to bring something into the world. This is more lies and deceit. Why? Because the Page of Swords is right next to it. So there is some lies and deceit. There is also possibly proof that you lied and deceived. Because here's the Hangman. Hangman is very important for you right now because this is self-sacrifice or it's stuck and stagnant.
Yeah, really, Trump let you sacrifice yourself for 5 months.
Trump gave you lawyers that told you, go sacrifice yourself. We're going to get you out. It's not going to be that bad. He sat there for the first week and he's going, what was I thinking? Yeah.
Your word of warning is what you're sitting on.
It's not a golden toilet.
Which, that too. It's like, you see where you are. You see where you have to use the bathroom, where you have to go eat, where you have to sleep, where you have to walk around. The people that these are not high-level executives walking around you. These are people you better watch out type of thing. And
who you have to shower with.
So betrayal and the world. So will he give up? Will he flip? Has he flipped? I think so. I think he will. Now, he still has a decision to make because the Hangman can go two ways. You can be stuck and stagnant or you can sacrifice. Donald Trump is not your friend. I would go sacrifice.
He sacrificed your butt. He sacrificed you for only a few months of his own freedom before he got indicted. So for what it's worth, unless you guys want to be little cellmates, by all means, buddy, have at it.
I get he's going to be the star witness here. He's in secret. I get he's already been talking and been very supportive. And as the businessman, and he's shoved out in the cold from Trump, I think, in the Trump org. He is not happy in prison. He is not happy, and he has changed. So I get he has this is treachery, betrayal on the corruption, and on Trump himself here, because I got every Trump card that I get usually. It's like he is definitely flipped. He still has to do an action, which is testifying in court. He still has to talk in court, but he's hoping that gets him to high enough ground that he can escape away. But he's still got to follow it up in court.
You saw the same thing happen to Michael Cohen. You witnessed the same thing happen to Michael Cohen. You got lucky you're only there for a few months. Cohen spent a year. And while Donald Trump's over there
3 years total with house arrest.
Yeah.
3 years with house arrest.
While Donald Trump is out golfing and doing God knows what. You sit in the big house.
Is Trump threatening Weisselberg and his family? Is he threatening them?
I heard the word pleading, so let's see.
You heard the word what?
Pleading.
Begging, pleading.
Mm-hmm. Because not everyone. Well, let's see, before I start saying that. I'm going to say it anyway. Not everyone who testifies against him incurs his wrath. Michael Flynn never did.
No,
And he even pleaded to have Michael Flynn like stop investigating, stop looking at him, stop look the other way.
or what's his face, Manafort, who sat in prison for how many years? Because Trump didn't pardon him. He let him sit there.
But Weisselberg's been cooking his books for his whole
Decades,
life.
Since his dad.
Is he threatening? I get every pinnacle card in the deck, but I don't get threats. The Knight of Swords and the Nine of Cups, there could be trying to play to someone's wishes. Like he can deliver something to him or deliver something for him, false promise. The Hierophant and the Five of Wands. So he wants him to fight the government type of thing. And so pleading. The Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, the Trump org will protect thee, which it will not, just so you know. But he wants him to stay the course because he will sort of save him in the end type thing. Knight of Pentacles is very methodical, sticks to one thing, does one thing only. And so he wants him to be the mercenary again. And then, wait, did I have it? I think I did. No, I didn't. Because I thought I had the Hangman. It was the judgment. So a reoccurrence of the past. Sacrifice yourself.
Again, spend the rest of your life in that jail cell for me. And I get he's trying to get him to see differently all this treachery, but I get a big yes. He's trying to manipulate his testimony because he knows he's going to betray him. I get he's bullying and arguing with him. He's trying to make it so his wife is not safe, is what I'm getting. And he is strong arming him, and it's Trump. So he may not be talking directly with Alan since he's in jail, but he may be hearing about it from his wife, like she's getting threatening phone calls or something.
And they're going to do it to anybody who doesn't step in front of the bullet, proverbially speaking.
Without realizing that if Weisselberg's going to talk, he's going to say, oh, and by the way, but now you're looking at witness intimidation to add to the pile of criminality. And if your lawyer was stupid enough to be the messenger boy for those threats, your lawyer just committed a crime. You know what I mean? Like,
So Peter Piper picked a porn star with David Pecker. David Pecker testified. And he also was involved in the hush money to Karen McDougal. 34 counts they have Trump on with this. Are there more hush money payments that we don't know about?
I think that's other read we did where I say he was protecting some woman or shielding some woman. I think so. Let's see. I don't want to influence the cards. Wait, let me be neutral. Ground yourself.
You start getting more female cards. I'm going to laugh if every queen in the deck comes up.
Hush payment monies or hush.
More than just those two. They said there'd probably be a count for every check. But that's a lot of counts. So there's other stuff going on too.
I don't even need no more cards. Yes. There's your payout card right there. That's how it begins. Six of Pentacles, how it ends. Seven of Swords. Yes. Keep quiet. Four of Pentacles. This may have come out of big money like Trump org or something. So this is something family money, but it's bigger than him. So yeah. There's more. There's always more.
What's he getting, Becca?
small family decision.
What is it?
A small family decision. Take that, make of it what you will. I get a small family decision.
I get this is about to blow up big time here. What he does every day, which is sleep around, grab women, blah blah blah, sneak it around, and trying to block them from talking and coming out to DOJ. So payoffs, yes. And I think the Justice Department knows. I think there's a star witness that has filled them in. A lot of things that have gone on close to home, things that he wanted held close to. Yeah, he's going to regret it big time. Yes, there are more people he's paid off. So 34 counts. Is he going to be found guilty?
Let me ask, is he going to be found guilty on all 34?
They were saying the way New York State works, it might not go to trial till next year. We could see indictments from Jack Smith go to trial like quicker.
The case from Letitia James doesn't start till October, I think. Justice is very slow.
Especially at a New York State level, because they have a keep getting the same cards out. I get it, yes. What are y'all getting?
I don't get an answer to this question. I'm going to ask it again. This is because there's like 3 guys popping up here, and then there's like an evidence thing too. So this is, I'm not going into all that. So it's yes, no.
I asked, will a grand jury convict Clint on all 34 charges in Manhattan? Making it very specific.
It'll be a regular jury this time.
Yeah, we do not know if it's really 34. Nobody knows what's in those indictments. That's just at this point speculation from the media. I get the writer, the heart, and the clouds. There's 2 ways to interpret this. The feedback from an affair with bad weather. So we're looking at the affair with Stormy Daniels. That's one way to interpret that. The other way is the news that you're desiring is uncertain. So I'ma just leave it at that.
That's what I get to. I don't know. There's a decision that needs to be made, and it's not made. So what I was asking is, will he be on all 34 or just some? I don't think all. But there is some sort of clarity in victory and just something happening here. Something is also offered too with the 4 of Cups and the Knight of Cups, and an agreement is made. So it's not like some hung jury type thing, but it is not all 34. If there are 34, but there's a decision that still needs to be made on some other things. So could be something additional pops up. I don't know, but don't know.
I get they secure a guilty verdict. Now I'm getting maybe a little bit less than the number of counts there are, but Romeo Boy there is going to be fighting this all the way. There are other women that are going to come out, so I don't think it's just Stormy. And that payoffs were made to. but they may lessen some of the charges, not all of them. But I get a big old yes. And they may come after his family for more things. So that's interesting because, again, you're going back to Trump org. So that leads me to my next question. Because Glenn Kirshner was talking in a video about these prosecutors, can work together. Like Jack Smith can work with Fani, can work with, the people in New York and work out, okay, you go first, I'll go next, that kind of thing. Are they working together on this? Because whatever comes out of this case then could be used in another one. Are they working together to stage this and
working together? I like that question.
coordinating efforts? Sharon, it's not a campaign expense. He wrote it off out of Trump org, which is fraud. It's a business write-off.
His lawyer is passing around the idea of campaign and personal money and all that type of stuff, trying to skirt the issue. Are they working together? I get in the end 2 of Cups. So there's your cooperation, your bond, your union, that type of thing. Thank you, Catherine. Long time no see. The Strength card and the Wheel of Fortune. There is also something over time. This continues to build too. And so this is whoever goes last, they got one heck of a case. It's like, so you get Bragg and then maybe Letitia and then Willis and then Jack and then Jill and up the hill and fetch a pail of water type thing. So it's a whole bunch of stuff. It keeps building though. But there is a strategy to this, a plan of attack, if you will, with the 7 of Swords and the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. There is also financial evidence and just evidence in general, but definitely about, thank you, Roberta. And then there's a change that happens. It's a very positive one. And then the 2 of Cups, there's also a new investigation. I don't know from who or about what, but there's a new one coming along and they got something to add to it too.
Thank you so much, Catherine and Roberta. Plan is off the ground, so that's a yes right there. They planned this. Jack Smith always shows up for me as the bully card. He's been pushing them. It's like, okay, you move now to burden the little weasel liar. They are talking. Oh, here, I'll wait, and then we'll charge in later. And we'll wait on Trump org for a little bit, and then we're gonna put him in defense mode again. And anything he talks about, this has been going on for a long time. Yes, they're working together. They want to secure the loser. They want to shut him down.
Go for it.
And
cheer you on.
And we do too.
We will cheer you on.
Hang on 1 second.
But at least they showed him and everybody else, nobody is above the law. Even let's say for worst case scenario, nothing happens. At least somebody charged him with something. 6 years, we've been waiting for somebody to do something. And there it is.
Okay. So we got more charges coming. We'll get back to Jack Smith in a minute. I'm curious, what does Don Jr., I Eat Paste Eric, and little Princess Ivanka think they're going to do without Daddy around? after all this settles down. Maybe pull cards on each of them. What's Don Jr. going to do once Daddy's convicted on some indictments? For those that are new to the channel, I Eat Paste is Eric. Sniffy is Don Jr. Sniffy, what you gonna do? And oh my God, does Gargoyle Guilfoyle look like she's had some bad plastic surgery on her mouth? I don't know what's going on with her, but she's like big, overdoing it.
I mean, she looked like she eats Tonka trucks anyway. So, I mean, I guess it's nothing but plastic.
And this is why we're called the Petty Boots Club. We get really petty.
She eats Tonka trucks. I will not take that back. She does.
Don Jr., what's he going to be doing when Daddy's shut down?
Oh, Lord. I swear, every time I get a Don Jr. read, it's always sadness and depression. Maybe that's why he keeps so much stuff up his nose. There is, with him, the 5 of Cups, so there may be some sadness. The 2 of Pentacles doesn't know what to do, trying to keep something in balance type of thing. He's stuck in place. There's some sort of decision he needs to make to move forward, and he doesn't know how to do it. Nostalgia. He's reminiscing, waxing poetically about the past with the 6 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. Maybe he's writing a poem of some sort.
Ode to an crazy father.
That's what I get for him.
I get full Junior. He's going to be just like his dad, stealing and getting burdened, trying to steal from maybe Melania or something. But yeah, once everything's complete with his dad, he's going through a lot of changes because he's going to start looking at charges over gifts of money, money laundering. He's going to get a lot of attention on this, and there's going to be illumination on him. So he's going to have his own court battles.
Yeah.
Because Daddy's going to sacrifice him. Okay, I Eat Paste. What's he going to do once Daddy's locked down? Thank you, Lenny.
For him, I get the Death card and the Moon. He doesn't know what to do either. The major change here with the Death, the transition, he doesn't know how to move forward. The Moon card obscures, but this is in the mind. And so, because the Moon plays tricks...
But everything's obscured in his mind. He eats paste. He can't think.
There it is, right in the middle. So he's special. He doesn't know what to do. He's worn out. He's kind of beaten down. Now, mind you, he is not technically going through anything, but he feels beaten down. This is all your father's fault, and so. Now, if he were, I can't say that, I guess, because he could love his father. He could be that, because I think he wants his approval, even though he doesn't know your name or your wife's name or your children's name. So, okay, but he doesn't know what to do. So he's retreating, taking his ball and going home. So him and Junior are stuck in place, I think. I'm thinking about the past.
You know, he messed up when he testified on Trump.org and told some stuff that he shouldn't have, if I remember right. Yeah, they're not through with him either. They're going to come back after him because, with the judge towards his dad, I get there's going to be like a breakup, a separation between them because he's sort of a star witness also. Something is going to grow out of this over money too, and money laundering and everything. And I think they're going to go after him too. It's just a matter of time. So he's not going to have a real happy future either. Did you pull cards, Becca?
Yeah, sorry. I had to go downstairs because the boys are barbecuing and I smelled it. So I was like,
oh, yum.
Yeah, barbecuing chicken. I get that there's chronic losses and chronic depression, but then there's some sort of success around him transferring something where he becomes infamous in regards to some sort of a transfer. So I don't know what that means.
He had some money in his name.
Maybe he could be head of Trump Org or what's left of it.
You know what, though? Well, no, they're not close. Because Coffin and Ship, that would be more like an inheritance, but it's too far. So I don't know what this is about. Or I could have just screwed it up because I was thinking about barbecue. So I don't know.
Thank you, Super Truthful. Okay, Ivanka, Princess Ivanka.
Oh, she's dumping everybody. She's dumping everybody. She's like, I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you.
Donald who?
So what's the question? How will
she be once Daddy's gone down for some of these indictments?
Five of Pentacles and the Just Judgment. There's loss, and either she's seen this before or she'll make an announcement. I don't think she's heartbroken, to be quite honest. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Cups, the false knight. This is the one who shows the image. The Knight of Pentacles does the work. Her worry is over collaborations. So maybe her and the children, but not her and the father. She doesn't really care. There's just loss, and it could be of a financial nature or something of that nature. Maybe she loses something, but her mind is more on the loss of resource than it is a relationship. There are no cups here other than this one. So there you go.
I agree. There's I don't get charges for her. I get she's going to be looking for a new romance, so I don't think that marriage that's probably in name only is going to last. It's almost like she doesn't like getting all the attention from the corruption and everything, and she's going to lay low a little bit. I do get a big ending for her, and I think that's with Jared. She's going to be looking at new ways of making money in the travel industry, I guess, so somehow. But I think in general, she's just happy when it's done that it's not her. She's celebrating. I don't get any charges for her or anything. What are you getting, Becca?
I get that she's happy about the whole thing and perhaps more focused on the success of her own marriage. However, with that said, she ain't out of the woods yet, because there's something really important here that has to do with the law.
Ooh.
There's something in the law that's super significant that revolves around her contracts that she was able to secure. The ring mirrors this contracts in the government.
Oh, because she got all those Chinese while they were working in the White House.
And there's legal answers here. So when that happens, I don't know, because right now it's the Republican crazy town. So I can't tell you when, but celebrate while you can, but you ain't done yet. So Mark
Meadows is being forced to testify to Jack Smith. And that is one MF I'd like to see go down. He's, fought everything. Crooked, involved in the Freedom Caucus, all those text messages, him and Eastman and what's his name? The oh shoot, I can't think of his name. The one that begins with a P that they masterminded the whole.
Oh yeah, Patel. Was it Cash Patel?
No. It was a lawyer, not Portofino. What is? Y'all help me in the chat. I can't think of his name. They were the three that came up with the idea about messing with the electoral college votes and all that. So he's going to be testifying to Jack Smith. Is Jack Smith going to charge him with anything? Jack Smith / Merrick Garland, because anybody that Jack Smith says we should charge, Peter Navarro, thank you. It has to clear, Garland to go forward with any charges. Yeah, Eastman's in it, and Navarro was the other. Peter. I was trying to think it was his name, something with the P. Burning documents in his fireplace. Oh, you're going to go through some things.
I think it's recommended. So whether it follows through, I don't get an answer on that. Word of solace is the Ace of Swords, so there's some victory for someone. So I get 2 yeses, but they don't end the read. They're just within the read. What ends the read is there is a recommendation, so it's up to someone else. Because maybe he's not the target of whatever Jack is doing, and he's more like how Mueller did, and what I'm investigating is this, but you can look at this, and this, and I'll give it to Congress, and you do what you want to with it.
I'm kind of getting they may pull a Weisselberg on him. Hey, serve a few months here, see how you like it, and then we're coming after you again.
Please do.
Do that to Jim Jordan too, please.
Yeah, because I get emissary to the king being investigated, supporting Trump and everything, and the strength behind that. He may get some kind of plea deal at first, that kind of softens the blow. He's not going to like it because I think he is going to serve some time in jail. They're going to make him sit there and get anxious, and then I get they're going to come after him again with some more charges for all his sneaky stuff. So they may be waiting on somebody else to flip on him, but I think they've already had a whistleblower on him with Cassidy Hutchinson.
I get a yes. There was an offer of some sort to a purist that quite infamous. So, but right in the middle, there's the king of spades here, Lily White, purist. So I don't know how closely he worked with the Peanut Butter Boys and what's the other gang?
Oath Creepers.
Oath Creepers or something, but there was some sort of an offer made there.
When he was communicating with Roger Stone and Jenny Thomas, all of them.
Or like a Steve Bannon, perhaps, because the Lilies is also a card of like a veteran. So, but it's someone that they're
Mike Flynn.
Yeah, Mike Flynn. Mm-hmm. So it's around that. Whatever's going on over there. That's what I get.
So after what I was saying at the beginning about that they, Trump was showing, they have witnesses who have testified already that he was showing documents to donors and different people. Will they indict him for the Espionage Act? I know in your Grand Tableau it did not show treason, but will they get him on the Espionage Act? Because that could hold the longest prison times.
So I did a reading a while back. Whenever, thank you, Caroline. What was this? December, I think it was. What is the possibility of Trump getting arrested? And it did show. And then I was like, well, prove it. And then here we go. And before I pull cards, what I did now, I heard yes. And again, I say prove it. Because the Temperance and the Five of Wands, there is a fight within something that is supposed to be moderate. So this is something that's supposed to go a certain way all the time because there's rules to this. And then there's a fight for that. There's a woman here who is caught between the moon and New York City. So the rock of the hard place. So she has something that she needs to give up. And she may be within the government or has been. And she is also fighting as well. And she is going to have some sort of agreement eventually. And then it ends in yes, he will be charged for espionage. But again, prove it.
Thank you, Il Robishad.
We'll see.
I get a yes. What are you getting, Becca?
Just a quick note. I know that there's new subscribers on your channel, Jenny, but for those of you guys that are new, on Saturdays, if you go to any one of our pages under the community tab, we will post questions for Sundays. So we don't take questions from the chat while we're live. We go through the questions that you guys post on the community page for us to read on. And since we get so many, we don't always hit all of them.
Yeah, we usually share when one another posts so they all feed in one place.
So for you guys, it's not that we're ignoring you. It's just for those of you that are new, that's where we usually take questions. We don't take questions from the chat. So just a quick little. Oh, I'm sorry, Jenny. I get yes because there's a flip from a guard or a guide or someone that's there to protect them, and they talk. This could be friends that talk, friends that communicate, friends that are meeting, but they change and flip here. So I don't know if this would be counsel that starts to blow the whistle or tells them everything, or donors or friends of his that are like, oh yeah, he showed me this and that. And these people talk at the end of the day.
Yeah. I got pictures. You want to see them? Yeah, there's Jack Smith on the bottom again. The bully card. I get a yes, he will indict because he was sharing them multiple times, and especially with donors. He's going to regret that. I get big yes cards. This is going to rock Trump's world because it could send him away for quite a while. It's a very, very strong, solid case that they will move forward on with him. To me, it's going to be the end of Trump. It'll be the downfall of it.
That's the one that's going to freaking like.
But just think of it though. We're sitting here. Everybody got a little tipsy when they. It's like he got indicted for fraud in a hush money.
Or 90 seconds with a porn star.
But that's like the tip of the iceberg. You still got Letitia, and then you still got Georgia, then you still got Jack,
and then 8 million different civil lawsuits against him. I mean, it's just the if I'm interpreting the grand tableau correctly and based on my own opinion as a person, the document stuff, that's he's there's no way he's getting out of that because they have a mountain of evidence. He did this, he hid him, he told people to hide him, he was showing him to friends, he took pictures.
He told his lawyers to lie.
He told his lawyers to lie. Like, they got you by the cojones on that one, dude. Like, your tiny little pea-sized
cojones.
Yeah, they got you. So
here's another thing too. This is out to all of you blue wave people who always want the wave to come in. You have to go and vote too, because all it takes is one what do you call Merrick Garland? What's his title? What is he? That's something AG. What do you call
AG,
it?
yeah.
The DOJ guy. That's all it takes is to flip that person, take Merrick out, put another stooge in like a bar. This all goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Or put a Republican in there that issues pardons all over the place in the
And
president.
then, you know, if you get a Republican president, you more than likely lost the House or the Senate or both too. So all this goes away. So you have to go vote. Have to.
Listen to this guy. He's a wise one.
You have to go.
Okay, just to be petty, because we looked at the MAGA crowds would be small. Will the anti-Trump New Yorkers come out in droves and cheer lock him up? Will the anti-Trumpers come out in crowds? Because I'm petty and I want to know to watch his perp walk. Because they hate you, Donald.
Oh, Lord. My left hand tingles.
And I don't use the hate word often, but they hate Donald Trump. And if you have not seen Michael Rappaport's rants that he's been doing all week, look at him on YouTube. The actor Michael Rappaport. But the language is not for sensitive ears because he is so excited that Trump's finally indicted. Oh, the Founding Fathers Sing has a great video out too on the Trump's indictment. You're so indicted. I keep waiting on Randy Rainbow to drop a new song.
I love him so much. He cracks me up especially when he wears those little pink sunglasses. It's hilarious.
No, it will not be a small crowd. I mean, relatively speaking, it's not like millions of people show up. There is a collaboration there, though. It's going to be like it was in the past, to where there's more of them than it is of the other side. I'll leave it there.
I get something weird. I ended up pulling a line of 5 for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I the way I worded it was, will there be anti-Trump protesters in Manhattan on Tuesday? Yes, but they're going there to clown a woman. There's the ring, the mountain, and a woman. It's an agreement or a promise to block her.
And it's a whistleblower, literally a whistleblower.
And then she loses here, and then that brings happiness and joy. So not just anti-Trump protesters, but this clown. A powerful enemy, an obstacle, and this woman lost. So
what
I saw? I'm sorry, but you know what I saw on Twitter too? When MTG put that thing, she made a post on some website for people to book for the rally and stuff. Democrats were taking it and putting it all over Twitter for people to go book it up so that none of the idiots would show up. You know, kind of like they did to Trump on TikTok, like that. Yeah.
I was laughing. I think my most favorite meme was, I hope the policeman that walks him in to fingerprint him's name is Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, I start with the card of communication. I heard chanting, like lock him up. But there's a lot of judgment with a whistleblower on a Republican that she's going to regret turning up there. So I get literal whistleblower blowing on her. There will be a pretty strong force here that want to see, the end of him, and they want to see everything. They want to see it all. So they want to see the mugshot, the perp walk.
Wouldn't it be funny if somebody
He's saying running down his leg, whatever.
Wouldn't it be funny if people showed up with whistles and then called animal control on MTG too? It's like, let somebody else deal with that mess.
Animal control. That's really funny.
There's some prehistoric creature out here making a mess. Come get it. She's got rabies.
There's an illegal immigrant here. Make her prove she's a citizen. Driver's license isn't proof.
Well, because I saw in the chat room earlier that people were saying that she's going to dress up like a horse so that she blends in. So I was like, call animal control.
Put a feed bag on her.
Don't touch her. She's got rabies.
Leprosy and a yeast infection. She is the yeast beast after all.
Call Bellevue Hospital in New York and tell them to come pick up the insane lady. They have the mental ward.
Only in the Republican Party, I swear.
Okay, we looked at this a while back, and Becca and I pulled cards on this, years ago, not on camera. Now that we have Jack Smith there, will he recommend charging any sitting member of Congress?
I'm going to sit this one out.
Because we had gotten before, I think like 7 to 9 or something like that would get charged. Will Jack Smith and Garland charge any sitting members of Congress over January 6th or election meddling or anything? Just want to get an update now that Jack Smith's in there. I'm just sitting here looking at MSNBC. It says what the SDNY did is abusive. And it's like, y'all are just mad because you did the crime. You're going to do the time, and you can't catch a Democrat doing crime.
and here's the thing, though. The way that they're phrasing it is because they know their audience is too stupid to think. Mm-hmm. So what the prosecutors do is they go and investigate. They come up with charges. Those charges go before a jury of 23 citizens, not people in the House, not people in the Senate, 23 regular folks like everybody. Not Biden, like everybody here. So it wasn't a Democrat. It was 23 people in the jury. So
who were shown this, and then you tell me if this is a crime. Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay, take it out there.
But they know that their audience is too stupid to put that together.
Because it's not abusive what they're doing to Hunter. It's abusive what they're doing to Trump.
Yeah. It's not abusive of, hey, let's run a campaign on lock her up. For a woman that committed no crime that was provable in a court of law, but you still want to lock her up. And then when the guy that does commit the crime gets busted, then all of a sudden, oh my God, this is blasphemy. We're a third world country.
I'm getting 7 to 9 again. What are you getting, Johnny?
I get no, which I don't think is right because I do think some, but I get no. It start with the 10 of Swords. And I'll asterisk. No, depending upon. So the 2 of Swords is here. So there's a decision that needs to be made. So whoever is in charge at the time that the charges are recommended is the person who has a lot more power. And I know we said garlic, and in oh boy, anti-garlic. There's still something here that could spell happy ending for those accused, and so I get a yes and a no.
I get a yes, but it'll take a while for him to get to that. I get, there'll be whistleblowers, and I have a big yes card here. There's a whole network of them in a ring that are going to be feeling very anxious. They're corrupt. They work together to try to have strength over the government, to overthrow the government, and did the king's bidding. So I'm definitely getting, because that's a 9 card, this is a 7 card, like they're looking at the options of how many of them. But anybody that worked with him, partnered with him, helped get the plans off the ground, I'm getting a yeah.
You think you'd have to charge Lindsey with something?
Oh yeah, Lindsey was
him alone.
just calling people.
I think he'll get charged by Georgia too.
You cannot tell me Jim Jordan didn't do something, because he's the only one out of that whole clown circus that got a presidential medal of, was it freedom or honor or some?
Yeah. Well, yeah. There were a bunch of them that went over to the White House for a meeting, a couple of days before. So, and then there's the Willard Hotel meeting and stuff. Mm-hmm. But there were like 12 of them that went from Congress over there.
Didn't a bunch of them go to Russia too?
That was a different group, and that was in 2018. That was like Ron Johnson from Wisconsin and stuff. But the ones that went to the White House, that was your Matt Gaetz and MTGs and Lauren Boeberts and the nut jobs. Probably Holly.
These people, I don't get it. This whole, we love America, and then they do everything anti-American you can possibly do.
We love America so long as we're in power and we're the ones dictating. We don't like America when you're teaching certain books in schools, when you're saying gay, when the gays have rights, do you see what I'm saying? It's
keep them poor, keep them stupid.
Yeah. The sad thing is that most of these, with the exception of the crazies, the majority of them know that it's illegal and wrong what they're doing, and they continue to do it. Like, you can't fault. Actually, you can, but to a certain extent, you can't. Lauren Boebert, that girl had to take her GED like 6 or 7 times. She dropped out because she was a pregnant teenager. Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't read anything, you know what I mean? Like, so they're just willfully stupid,
Boebert was sitting there in Congress last week. They had somebody from DC there, and she's like going on and on about public urination and making it illegal or whatever, and she didn't even know what the law was. And then one of the Democrats asked a question. She was like, they're wasting all our time on public urination, all this stuff. Is there anything else you'd like to say on public urination? And Boebert starts talking again. She goes, "Not you." And the whole room broke up laughing.
So public urination, is she saying more like indecent exposure?
No. Public
urination. There are laws outlawing it in DC.
Yeah, she was like, "Did you run this to?" It's like, "Are you in favor?" It almost sounded like she was in favor of public urination about how bad she was drilling this guy, and it's like,
can we talk gun control or crimes?
Anything else?
How about DC police helping out with the riot that y'all started?
I mean, that girl is like, I watch her and I get embarrassed.
Yeah.
I get secondhand embarrassment. I was like, how can you be that stupid? And your staff must be just as smart as you, because your staff is the one that's writing up all these questions, and you go out there and make a clown of yourself.
She's trying to get a sound bite, so she can put a film on Twitter. She's trying to get a sound bite, and she tries to sound real tough and aggressive and everything. It's like, shut up, idiot.
Did you see that interview that she just did about her son?
Yeah.
Getting pregnant, and she's, that more kids die of abortion than they do from gun violence. And she's so happy with the decision that her 17-year-old son made with his girlfriend. And it's like, your mama was a grandmother at 36. You're a grandma at 36. And this child here is 13, 14 years old. That's like middle school.
Her son is 17. The girl is younger.
Yeah. The girl, I think, they're speculating 13, 14 years old. She's not 15. They were speculating that.
She's going on and on about the Bible, and it's like, y'all don't have any sanctity of life. If you did, you'd quit trying to criminalize the gays, because if there's anybody that's not going to have an abortion, it's somebody that's gay.
Yeah.
Like, that should be your ally. Quit criminalizing them.
Oh my God, just ridiculous. That girl is so stupid. And what's funny is she's so stupid, she doesn't realize she's stupid.
Speaking of stupid, Ron DeSantis got shown up by Disney last week. And they pulled out the no, your board's no good, and we still have the power until 20 years after all the descendants of King Charles III are gone. Well, thank you, Will and Kate, for having 3 kids.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're going nowhere anytime soon. Didn't say they had to be still in the monarchy, just said they're descendants. So they've got things locked up at Disney now for decades. First of all, what's Ron DeSantis feeling right now about Disney? And second, what's his next plan of action against them? And he claims he has a plan. He took the mouse on and lost.
I mean, just give it up at this point.
I find it interesting that there's an agreement that ties into the British monarchy. What the hell? Here in the U.S.? How is that affecting a law in Florida? I have to read up on that more. Like, what the hell, Disney?
Disney is something else.
We fought a revolutionary war over England. How the hell did they get some kind of contract that ties into the British royalty?
Disney. How does he feel? He feels as though he has to go back to the drawing board. Hangman and the Page of Wands, he has some sort of huddle up meeting. He's trying to cut something off too, which has something to do with funding or some sort of monies. I don't know exactly what that is, or some sort of payoff, or maybe some sort of loopholes as well. Because there's a bunch of money cards. They get the Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. So there's a bunch of resource here, not just finances, resource period. So he's trying to cut off a whole bunch of things. It's not really going to work, though. There's something, too, about Disney has other kinds of collaborations that are about to come to light that is going to help their cause, and someone's going to rally. Not that Disney needs any help, but there's going to be some sort of rallying call for Disney against DeSantis. But he's going to try to cut off some sort of monies and resources, though. Which I thought he already did. Didn't he? Don't they have to pay for their own streets now and on fire thefts and all
that's
this?
the only thing Ron won is, he has to pay for their streets. Florida has to now pay, instead of letting Disney take care of the streets and the trash. Ron has to take care of the streets and the trash. I get he's all emotional right now and feels manipulated. He lost. He's looking at options with the roads, I think, with the streets, with the automobiles. Like, he's trying to figure out how to screw up their traffic, flowing in and stuff. So maybe trying to constrict down the traffic flow so it takes you forever to get in and you give up and drive away, kind of thing. He wants to strong arm them somehow, the families that visit Disney. But really, he's a lot of talk. He can't get anybody in agreement with him to do something. He wants to bully. He's too small. He can't do it.
He hasn't even officially announced his run for candidacy or his candidacy for president. He's already sinking in the polls. It's like, this guy is raking Florida over the coals, and you want to put him as the president so he can do it to all 50 states? Okay. I get, okay. How does he feel about Disney? It's going to be an obstacle for him on his campaign tour, that this park got one over on him. It blocked him and his board. His board of conservatives are blocked here. His board of purists are blocked here. But it doesn't bode well for his campaigning while he's traveling to campaigns for the conservatives and then that whole board of conservatives. He's looking for a resolution around it. What's his next move with Disney? Man, woman, house, child, and tree. He might try to appeal to families and they're families with small children that are religious in some sort of way. Well, don't take your kids to Disney. They have all the gays running around over there. They have all the transgenders. Do you see what I'm saying? So like,
let me kill our tourism business here, so nobody, no restaurants, no hotels or anybody makes money here.
Jenny, did you see the report about college students in Florida or leaving Florida because of the BS laws? And another good thing that I just saw on Twitter, finally, what's his name? Adam Schiff and 11 other Democrats are asking certain states where the states are going crazy, banning books and everything. Have your lawyers look into this, because that's a violation of First Amendment rights for the students when you start banning books. You know, so
they had in Missouri. They're defunding libraries, not just at the schools, the public libraries.
The public libraries are going to shut down because they're not funding them. It's like you all are, oh, we're the party of small government, except when it comes to everything you don't like. And, and the Dems are the cancel culture people. Okay.
When they can't win, they just got to do something nasty.
They're the ones trampling on everybody's constitutional rights, you know?
DeSantis is also seeking $98 million from the state budget to build his state National Guard, which makes no sense to call it state National Guard because national means national, countrywide. But anyway, he wants to build his own private militia there in Florida. Will he get the $98 million?
That doesn't seem like a whole lot to run such a thing.
Bring your own gun.
We're not actually supplying you with anything. Give you a badge with your name on it.
We'll give you a Barney Fife badge and a bullet to put in your pocket.
Private militia, basically. Okay. Didn't he try this already?
He's been talking about it for a while. Now he's requested the budget for it.
Because there's some sort of memories here or something from the past 6 of Cups. Page of Swords is a no. Because that's there's like bad news on the way. It can't be no. There's also the Tower here too, which is also no. It's more of a hell no type thing. But it's not a balanced thing. This is not thought out either. Because your word warning is the 10 of Swords, so there's an extra no. So, but this is not thought out. Again, $98 million is not going to pay for militia. I don't know, unless he just wants them while he's running for his office, and then he plans to leave Florida, and then he doesn't care after that. But no.
Having his own little militia, it's like, okay, are you going to secede from the Union next? What's up?
Please take Florida. Move all the nice people out. But
have fun with that. Next time there's a huge hurricane, don't come asking for federal funds.
Give it to Cuba. They'll know what to do.
Just like Hucka Sanders over there. There is no federal money coming in here past the Mississippi. The tornadoes hit. Can I get some of that federal money, please?
Use some of it to get your eyebrows did. That's what you
I get a hell no. There's a lot of criticism and fighting about this very murky, problematic, chaotic thing that's coming to him. So the response is coming to him. It's not this way. It's not him doing it. It's coming to him. So I get a no.
I get a no too, but I get there's some corruption around COVID money that's going to make him really, really anxious. I always get like there's money laundering or something with him that's going to come out. But people aren't having this. He gets nothing. He gets nothing. He's left waiting. He might as well ask for a build the wall fund. He's not going to get anything.
What's sad about this whole situation, he's an Ivy League lawyer. He knows what he's doing is illegal and can't be done and challenged in court and overturned. But to pander to the hillbillies and rednecks that graduated 2nd grade in Florida, like, let's do it,
Their state legislature, they keep, they had one guy that presented something that then got caught on, I can't remember if it was pedophilia or campaign finance fraud.
It was the Don't Say Gay bill guy
Yeah.
got busted and indicted for fraud for the COVID money.
COVID money. There we go. So that might snag in with the Satan.
The Don't Say Gay guy. Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. Let's see. Oh, Fani Willis. Yeah, Brian Kemp is going to sign that bill where they can try to control AGs and DAs in Georgia, where they can say, "No, we're going to pull you, even though you're an elected person." Will Fani try to rush her indictments in court cases because that bill will not take effect until like the end of October? Will she try to rush her indictments on Trump and his cronies in a court case before they manipulate her? Uh-oh, here comes trouble. I forgot I meant to wear my cat ears tonight for the kitten's birthday.
You can wear your cat mama shirt.
You hear that? Chaos. Little Becca Bellatrix.
I get no because she lacks support. Because someone is, of course, fighting, so she has to defend. This is the justice and the legal system with the justice card, and then there's 7 of Wands, defending yourself, your ideas, and your positions. There's the 8 of Cups in the Star, so there is abandonment of a current project and something that may be rehashed in the future, with the Star card as a futuristic thing. The success may be halted here with the Tower, and the word of warning is the 3 of Cups, so there's lack of support or lack of a community for her. And then there's some balance issues. The case is not over. It's just it needs to be done a different way. That's all.
What you getting, Becca?
I asked, will she indict before that bill passes? I get the Bear, the Rider, and the Heart.
The bill's already passed.
Oh.
Just waiting for Brian Kemp to sign it now.
There's an executive that delivers something that is desired.
It's already passed, but it doesn't go into effect until like the end of October.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I asked it wrong because I was under the impression that they were waiting for it to. But there's an executive here that delivers something that's desired.
Yeah, that'd be Brian Kemp. I get no because the courts take a long time there. So I get a no for that reason. She will be working on this. It will be a little bit of a fight. So she may have to fight, like if they try to take her out. She's anxious about it. And hoping that she can get this through. But I get good news. She moves forward with everything.
So Jenny, how would that work? Because now you have members in the judicial system at the state level actively obstructing justice.
Yep. You have state reps and state senators in the state who are now going to mess with that will corrupt the judicial system.
So, but because of the separation of powers and the separation of state and federal, does Merrick Garland have his hands tied? Like, that just seems utterly, that there should be a way to challenge that in court, because that is beyond insanity. Yeah. Like, we robbed the bank, but we're on the board, so we're going to get ourselves off.
I mean, it will be felonies. So, I mean, she's looking at state charges. There could be national charges for election meddling. So all the more reason for her to work with Merrick Garland and stuff and keep him posted on what information she's got.
Because that just seems beyond insane. I just read on Twitter too, there's another state that is passing a bill in this. There's like an election coming up this month. to where they're giving the secretaries of state the power to overturn an election if they don't like the results. So to hell with the Constitution, like, how is this stuff not even being challenged? And where's the federal oversight? Because that's abuse from the state at that point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, Trump, because your grand tableau shows that Johnny and I had pulled cards in January on the flow of indictments, and we were getting like the end of first quarter, which was the end of March would be the first one, and then more coming in the spring and summer. Will Trump withdraw from running for president?
Oh.
Or will he have to be voted out?
I'm going to put this one out because that answer is in the tableau.
Will he withdraw from running? Yeah, and for those of you wondering why Becca's sitting out some of the things we're reading on it, go see her video on the Grand Tableau.
I mean, so this says retreat. I don't think so. His pride wouldn't let him do that. I don't think. But King of Swords, Donald Trump, and then Four of Swords is retreat. So he would pull back. Maybe at the request of the Republican Party for the benefit of new leaders here. But we'll see. I get retreat.
I get he's going to grift as long as he can grift. Money, money, money. It will take voting him out is what I get. Because he will keep talking to do what he does, which is to raise money and grift. To live his little luxury lifestyle. Money, 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 money. He'll end up getting more charges against him for stuff because he also lies about what he does with that money and what he's been doing for a long time. So he'll end up with more charges by staying in the race.
In the Grand Tableau, it reads like his goal, his endpoint, his goal with the anchor is to get the nomination and use the law to hide from the law.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like he doesn't get there, but he doesn't veer away from that goal because that is the safe haven.
Like if I get elected president, then I can pardon myself.
Or if I'm the nominee, then I can say you can't do nothing because I'm the nominee. Well, yeah. They can do something. That's not written in the law. But do you see? That's the goal for him is that to use the law to shield himself from the law.
Yeah. So the Satan, if he declares he has to pull out from being governor, if he officially declares, will he ever officially declare, let's say by the end of summer, that he's running for president?
Because there is a article that used the word campaigning, even though he's not officially running yet. There was an article that's saying, DeSantis is campaigning in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's breaking their Florida law. Like you're not supposed to if you're... Of course, Rick Scott campaigned for Senate while he was governor down there too. So again, they don't uphold their own laws.
Will he announce? Well, there's the announcement card. Yes. So when the season changes with the world card and the judgment card. So I think so. Page of Wands, Ace of Cups. There's your message right there.
I get that he's meeting and negotiating with some very conservative, powerful people and donors. These are all neutral cards, though. So then I pulled 3 more. What he's doing right now, this is a trial balloon. Trial, something that floats up high to get the feedback. And while they're watching reports to see if he goes up.
Watching the polls.
So, which have fun with that, because your poll numbers keep going down the toilet every day, but have fun with that, please.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he thinks once Trump has more indictments against him, his numbers Trump's will drop and the Satans will go up. I get yes on the bottom, but he's waiting on somebody else to retire first to blow it up. So I think that's Trump. He's waiting on that. I get too, like he's, corrupt and meeting with donors right and left and everything. So, but he will talk, he will speak, he will announce it. He's just waiting for the right time.
I have a genius idea. Since Trump won't get it because he'll be under major indictments, Ron DeSantis doesn't have the support. You know who the next best candidate for the GOP would be? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Put that clown show
on full display.
On full display, please. Please.
Take a whistle to the debates, you won automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Last questions.
Lord.
Kitty related for their birthdays.
Okay.
What did Lucy is now playing with them more. Like in the last couple of weeks, she started playing with them. She's letting them lay against her, which she never let even Artie lay against her. She's letting them sprawl on her and in bed and stuff. What do the kittens think of Lucy now? Kitten question. They respect her, they fear her, they love her.
A little bit of all that. She's warming up to us, 3 of Wands. We're getting there. But I mean, she can be, kind of a bitch sometimes. And so it's that's her, because it's her house. They're the additions. So mind your manners, but they like her. She's warming up to them.
We just had storms Friday night. For the first time since I've had the kittens, had to take them to the basement. And I get there wondering why they were putting a carrier together and Lucy's over there all on her own having fun. Because I had Lucy in a separate carrier and I had the 3 kittens in a carrier together.
Your patience wears out.
I get that they're happy, and there are several opportunities for them to play and run around. This is action. So play and run. So they're happy. There's that green stuff though. This as a thing is weeds. So
catnip. Share the catnip, Mom.
Yeah, give Lucy some of that catnip. So that's what I get.
Lucy always gets the catnip. It's because I take her for walks outside. They get catnip too. Hopefully it'll warm up enough here. I'll have them out for a stroll in their stroller soon.
I can't stop laughing every time I see that thing. It's
I got a little arm thing to attach my phone camera, to the front of it, so you can see them and me at the same time as I'm pushing it. So I'm gonna, if it's not too bumpy, I'm gonna try and do some videos of them walking the neighborhood.
Every time I see somebody in my neighborhood doing that, I've never seen somebody with cats. I've only seen them with dogs, and it's
with dogs. Yeah,
it's a dog, man. It wants to walk. Why are you putting it in a stroller?
Right. My neighbors come running. If I try to do a live, I'll have to warn them, like, I'm on YouTube live. Like if you come over here, they come up because all 3 of them are in there together.
That's incredible.
They remind me of that video I sent y'all about the girl messing with her grandmother, saying that when I close my eyes, I can't see. So I have to open the chat so I can put that video in there. It's a TikTok video, but you don't have to have TikTok to watch it because I don't have TikTok. But that is the funniest thing you've ever seen. That's Lucy and them cats right there.
Yeah. When I close my eyes, I can't see. Well, honey, open your eyes.
make you go away. I'll close my eyes. It's funny. I think I'm gonna call them the kittens for another 2 years at this rate, though, because I always refer to them as the kittens.
They're cute. They're super cute.
Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you for all the super chats, and we thank you for celebrating indictments with us.
Celebrating the kitties' birthdays with us, with Jenny and her kids.
We'll have to come up with a way to decorate the Christmas tree when we get a conviction. That's going to be an international holiday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Next week on Becca's channel, same time, Becca's channel. Bye.
And look out for the community tabs on Saturdays. That's where we take questions. So don't forget that. Bye-bye.